right, first ever Coffee with a Coach segment. Troy Taylor, are you even a coffee drinker? Do you pound the stuff in the morning?
I do every morning. I get my vanilla latte on the way to work. The people know who I am. I got my stamp card, and yeah, it's a big part of my life.
Is it fair to assume that Kyle Whittingham is coffee black?
I don't know if he's a coffee drinker. That's a really good question.
So he's just fueled by natural adrenaline is what you're telling me.
Adrenaline and passion. Yes, absolutely.
Passion, adrenaline, a couple phrases that I think that are appropriate for him. I'm fascinated by your path because you did it as a player, you've gone to the highest level, and at the same time, from a coach's perspective, you've been all over the place, different levels, different schools. Explain to me why football. There's clearly a love that you have for the game. Like, what is it about football that just draws you to it?
I think the first thing was my dad had a passion for it, so it was a way for he and I to connect.
Yeah.
And that was awesome because he really had a love for it. And I don't think his dad was really into sports, so he wanted to make it a big part of our relationship. So that's where it stemmed from. And then I just love the game. I think it's a beautiful game. I think it's the most complex game there is in sports. You know, you have 11 guys, there's all kinds of different situations. And then I love to compete. I really love to compete. So getting out on the field, I'm not throwing passes anymore. We're getting hit, which is good. But you're competing against the other defensive coordinators and defensive coaches, and I've done it my whole life since I was 6 or 7, and it really hasn't stopped, either playing or coaching every year since then.
Were you one of those guys, if we went back and talked to all your coaches growing up, they said, Troy's going to be a coach?
I think I was, yeah. Yeah, I remember when I was 13 or 14 years old, I'd go into bookstores and sit down in the aisle and read all the football coaching books.
Wow.
And I've been drawing plays up since as long as I can remember. I mean, I just always knew I was going to coach since I was about 8. I knew I was going to play, and then I was going to coach. I didn't know what level it was going to be. I kind of thought it was just going to be the high school level, which I did for a while. And then, I progressed back into started in college, went to high school, and then came back to college.
What's it like on a Saturday when Jake Brenning's on the other sideline?
Last year was strange, yeah, it was definitely. Now, once the game started, I'd find myself trying to watch, but I got to prep for the next drive, so he just becomes kind of another quarterback. Once the game starts, I think he roots for me every other day except for Saturday night, and I feel the same way. I wish him nothing but misery on Saturday night.
Well, your team's defense can certainly bring that to the table against UW this weekend. Coach, really do appreciate you being the first guest on Coffee with a Coach. The fact that he's not holding anything, he's got the cold brew under the desk. So, wish you nothing but the best of luck against Jake and UW.
Thanks.